Hello, my name is Vadim Pechersky. I'm a visa specialist and executive director for Rush in Documentation Center. I'm not an attorney. I don't do the legal advice. I don't give it to you. What I'm doing, I'm sharing my 28 years of experience as a visa specialist, and today we're going to talk about how to get visa to Russia. Most importantly, it's not how to get it, what to be on the lookout if you're doing it on your own or you're going through the professional agency. You can find a lot of videos on YouTube when people in details explaining to you how to do it. So this video is not about how to do it, but what to pay attention when you go to apply on your own or going to professional agencies. Ready? Let's proceed. First, let's talk if you planning to do visa on your own and you planning to save money. As anything else in this life, it's the value that matters, whether you're going to spend your time or you're going to spend your money. Which is the most important? Let's say you're going to spend your time and save some money on professional visa services. Well, first, what to avoid. There is different type of visa support that you can obtain from Russia. First, it's a private invitation when a Russian citizen is inviting you to visit Russia for whatever purpose. In order to provide you with the invitation, the Russian citizen needs to go to local authorities and submit an application that he or she invites you for a certain amount of time. Once the application is being processed and approved by Russian authority, the original, not the copy, not the electronic copy, but the original has to be in your possession to apply for the visa. This represents a difficulty. Why? Because there is no postal correspondence between Russia and the United States. In order to get this invitation in your hand, you should send it to third country. It could be Georgia, it could be Armenia, it could be any other country, and then it travels to you to the United States. Or if you need to get it sooner, you need to do through the private carriers. It's people who are traveling from Russia to Ukraine who will be willing for additional amount of money to take invitation and hand deliver to you in the United States. First, you need to go to a reliable source. Second, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a couple of $100s to get this piece of paper in your possession. So this is not the best way to go. So which is the best way to go if you want to do it on your own? Obtain tourist voucher. This is the tourist invitation that can be obtained by contacting any authorized licensed travel agency within Russian Federation that, according to the Russian law, allowed to accept international tourists. It's not a secret that with the pandemic, COVID, and now war, there is not many agencies in Russia that's still staying in business. So there is a lot of fake going on, especially on the internet. People are selling you empty blanks for $5, $7, and sometimes these blanks are outdated. This visa support is being issued by a company that already not in business, or they simply lost their license to accept international tourists. So if you want to do it on your own, you have to obtain it through reliable travel agency that currently has the license. How? Search through the Russian database, through the United States database. That's a lot of search before you can proceed. What to be on the lookout if you choose to go through the professional agency? First of all, let's talk about cost. An average cost difference between you applying on your own or you're applying with the help of the agency will be around between $100 and $200 difference. But all the headache, all the hassle will be taken off your shoulder and be proceeded by professionals. But it's not that simple. What to look for? First of all, there is a catch that many agencies on the internet use. They will charge you additionally for correcting your application. The application for the Russian visa is an electronic application that has to be completed by a client, which is you in this case. Once you have completed it, you provide the agency with whatever they require in order to submit your visa application. And in their contract, it's very often happens that they say, we will charge additionally $50, $75, $100, $150 to correct your application. They kind of expect you to be a visa professional, to know how to complete the application, which is not very simple. It's a long and pretty complicated document. And if and when they find a mistake, they will charge you additionally. Well, that's how they do in the business. Our company, Russian Documentation Center, do not expect you to be professional in the visa services. We will take care of visa application, and whatever needs to be corrected will be corrected with no additional cost. Another thing what to look out: will they give you money back in case the visa is denied? There could be different reasons why visa will be denied. Nowadays, the U.S. Embassy or Consulate randomly denying visa application just because, with no further explanation. The visa can be denied if the tourist voucher is not up to date or it's not issued from legitimate company. There is different reasons, but still the result is the same. You need to know what amount of money, or if anything, the company will keep in case your visa is denied. One more time, let's compare. Our company, Russian Documentation Center, has been doing this since 1994. And we have a strong, solid policy. We pre-qualify you to get visa. We'll go through the checklist, we'll go above and beyond to make sure you're qualified to get the visa. And if we'll take your order, that means we took the responsibility upon ourselves. You don't get a visa, we don't get paid. There is no calculation of how much time or what the cost was in order to submit your application. We're not going to calculate the FedEx, the cost of the voucher, the cost of employee time. It's all irrelevant. You didn't get the product you paid for. Therefore, the company cannot keep your money. But this is our policy. Make sure that the company you will work with has similar policy which will serve your interest, not the interest of the company. Another common mistake: when you submit the request for visa to the agency, do not assume. Do not assume when it will work. There is different dates to look for. First, the duration of the visa. Usually it's 3 years. The visa is good for 3 years for multiple entries. But some people are assuming that the visa will be in effect from the date it's ready. Normal processing time to get your visa in your hand, 2-3 weeks. So some clients are assuming that within 2-3 weeks, once they get a visa, the date which will allow them to enter the Russian Federation will be the date when visa is ready. But it's not. On the application, it's clearly states tentative date of entry, and whatever you put there, that's when the visa will be valid to you. So if you arrive a day, an hour prior to your date of entry, you will not be permitted the entry to the Russian Federation. All those details are important. Another thing, when you apply for a visa, check if the medical insurance is needed. And be ready that the Russian Federation Consulate or the embassy might randomly require your physical presence for the interview before they get the visa. Yes, they reserve the right to call you for the interview. It happens rarely, but it can. When it's done through the agency, usually no medical insurance or personal presence for the interview is required. For 28 plus years in this business, none of our clients ever went for the interview. But it's a different time, different circumstances, anything can happen. Just keep it in mind. Thank you very much for your attention. Russian Documentation Center will be happy to serve you.